It looks like Bungie has something in the works for us in terms of a brand new IP after their work on Destiny and Marathon. And this article is going to come to us from Game Rant. This was published on June 26, 2023. We're going to have a look and we will discuss. Bungie's next IP after Destiny and Marathon has a potential release window. It appears Bungie's third new IP, only known as Matter, like What's the Matter, may not be as far off as players may think according to new documents. This article was written by Kevin James Billings on June 26, 2023. Bungie is already hard at work with ongoing support of Destiny 2 and the upcoming reboot of Marathon, but it appears the studio's third new IP might not be as far off as some players may be thinking, if a new report is correct. News on the third IP, only known as Matter, following a 2018 trademark filing, has been fairly light in 2023, as the studio focuses on its known two titles. However, this new information does not come directly from Bungie, but instead from the current legal legislation embroidering Microsoft's proposal to acquire Activision Blizzard. And we're going to be talking about the acquisition stuff later on in this article, as I pointed out, as I discussed in my recent commentary video about Sega and Bungie was potentially going to be acquired by Microsoft in 2020. If you want to learn about more about that, please click on the card on the right hand corner. But let's continue. Destiny 2's current season, Season of the Deep, sees the return of Titan to the Sol system, SOL, after its disappearance at the launch of 2020's Beyond Light expansion. Guardians have been summoned to the moon at the request of Deputy Command Stallone, who is representing aid to protect a creature living beneath the methane waves, which may have valuable information about the witness. However, the Hive God Du Arat, if I'm saying that wrong, I need to apologize. It's been a while since I played Destiny, is also making her presence in the system known as directly as the forces work to stop Solon plans from the creature. As we continue here, and this is important stuff in terms of this article, despite the near constant support required for Destiny 2 and the development of the new Marathon, new documents from Microsoft FTC hearings suggest Matter could be releasing sometime in 2025. The hearing documents specifically contain an evaluation of Bungie done by Microsoft in 2021, outlining some of the studio's plans at the time for expansion and game support. It points out how the studio, quote, has more than doubled its headquarters space, end quote, and was set to its first international office in Amsterdam in 2022, the latter of which would focus on Destiny 2 support and the development of Matter. This is where the previous episode of the commentaries comes into play, as we're about to talk about the supposed acquisition of Microsoft with Sega and Bungie. And the article continues. The internal evaluation by Microsoft lines up with additional reports suggesting that the tech giant was interested in acquiring Bungie along with Sega in 2020. By that time, the studio was known to be working on a new IP, Matter, and had received $100 million investment. Chinese tech company NetEase to go toward the new project. Updates become few and far between following the news, though it's been confirmed the Marathon reboot is an entirely different project from the third IP. Since the time of this evaluation, Bungie has seen quite a few changes occur in the business side, as the studio is no longer independent. Sony completed its acquisition of this studio for roughly $3.6 billion, in 2022, joining a roster of first-party studios, which include Sucker Punch and Isonamic. It also remains to be seen if the 2025 release window and the 2021 evaluation remains accurate, or if the new IP may be further off than players think. Destiny 2, of course, is currently available for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X. Okay, so earlier in my recent episode of the podcast, we talked about Microsoft talked about the potential acquisition of Sega, and Bungie. If you guys want to read that, make sure you guys check that one out because I did a video for that. But overall, what do you guys think in the comments? Do you think Bungie's new IP matter is 2025, or do you think it's going to be further than at 2025? Let me know in the comments below, and if you're watching this on June 27, please feel free to also chime in as we get ready for what could be an interesting time for Bungie. I am RetroYuuki, and this is RetroYuuki Gaming News for the Gaming Yuki podcast. We'll see you on the next one.